moment of truth. Jackfruit. This thing is huge. And I mean, this has to be like 20 pounds. So I have to use my phone for the rest of the day because my camera doesn't have any memory and I don't know how to delete the videos. I didn't mention anything about it, but I actually do collect fragrances. So my fragrance of the day is actually 2. This is Angel ou Crocier. I think this is 2019 year. They come out with one every summer, I think. To me, it doesn't smell anything like Angel. And then Womanity. So I combine these two. They're both Mugler and they both have fig in them. So yeah, so I add the Angel to make Womanity a little bit like fruitier, lighthearted. So yeah, so that's the fragrance of the day and we're gonna go on a fruit hunting adventure. So the first place I went to actually had the best variety of exotic fruit, but the problem is a lot of the fruit was kind of at the end of its life. So like, for example, this was a form of passion fruit, or I think I have to look that up. Sapote. I wanted that so bad. I've been wanting a sapote for so long. Apparently it's like the fruit version of a sweet potato, but you just see, so maracuya is also passion fruit. I think the orange one that was there had a different name. This was a jackfruit, one that's probably more of the size I actually wanted to buy. I did buy one later. But yeah, I would have loved to have some of that rambutan that you saw, like the one that looked kind of like a lychee fruit. I would have loved to have some of the passion fruit and the yellow dragon fruit that they had. And honestly, I could have gotten the sapote, but I just wasn't trusting it because I had been in there and it just looked like so much of the food was going bad. But I honestly regret that full-heartedly because that's the very fruit that I've been wanting to get so bad. So what you had saw me with before was actually some little guava, some guava that I talk about later. But this durian fruit, I actually definitely put this in the cart to get it until I realized it was $15 a pound, and that's a 4-pound fruit. So we're walking back over here to the jackfruit that I actually buy. This, for this big thing, was only $20, but it was absolutely massive and heavy. So I'm so sad. So we went in there. I picked out a couple of good fruits to get, and the durian, I think it's durian, whatever. I think it's supposed to be like a really stinky fruit. It's really sharp and spiky. That one costed $60 for a fruit maybe the size of my head. $60. So I put it back because I did not want to spend like $100 on fruits and little, like, you know, Asian snacks. But I just didn't know it was that expensive. So I'm gonna see what it's like at these other two places. But yeah, $60 for some sticky fruit. So we just got at the exotic fruit market here, we just got some sugarcane juice, and me and my sisters used to love sugarcane juice. But we used to just like chew the sugarcane. I wish I would have got a video of it, but we're in the car now. But yeah, we used to just like chew on the sugarcane and you just suck all the juice, and it's like literally drinking like sugar water with almost like a little fruity hint. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's like
yes.
Councilman number 1 is ready. Councilman number 100 is ready.
vanilla cream bread. This is literally the biggest H-Mart I've ever seen. I totally forgot to record up until the end, but this thing is literally a dream. It is massive. And it had so many like little cafe things. So cute. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alrighty, so today's a different day, but what I got on my fruit hunting trip. Jackfruit. It's huge and it smells kind of a little like fruit, but like not funky fruit, but it just smells in a way in which I didn't necessarily want it in the house. So we got the jackfruit. What else do I have here? So I am so mad I didn't get that sapote. That's a side note. But I also have a coconut that's still in the husk. This one is a young coconut, so it still should have the coconut water in it. But what I really wanted was the, me and my sisters used to call it baby coconut. And that's just like the coconut jelly inside. So I also got another young coconut that's already pretty much chopped down and is just like the soft part. So maybe it'd be easier to open. One thing that I got that I have to eat it because I took it out. I let it thaw and I meant to only take one out at a time, but I thawed the whole thing. So these are, I forgot what these are called. They're actually not, I don't think they're called custard apples, even though that's what it says here. I think they're called something else, like some other type of apple. I'll have to look it up, or if I forget, I'll put it on the screen. So I have that. What else do I have? Oh, another thing is, what are these called? I forgot what this thing is called here. I'm gonna have to look it up. So it starts with a J or an S maybe, but got this one. Yeah, I have to remember what that even is. Oh my gosh, I definitely should have like planned this more, huh? I got some other things because I ended up going by Asian Market, but one thing I got, because durian is expensive, like the stinky funky fruit, the one that people say tastes like a mixture of, I don't know, like it's creamy, it's fruity, but it also tastes like savory, like a garlic. It smells really, really, really terrible. But I got them frozen because at frozen, they're $5 a pound. And not frozen, I can't remember how much they were per pound, but it would cost me $60 to just get one durian fruit. Because right now, Thailand has durian in season at least. And they're like the first shipment over that's being sold right now in stores. And so it's super, super, super expensive. So I got the frozen version, hoping to just get a little bit of a taste, because I rang my stuff up and it was like $100 something, and I just could not wing the durian thing. But I am excited to eat the jackfruit. I'm excited to eat these custard apples. And actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I think I'm going to cut into the custard apple. And I mean, maybe I could cut into the other fruit too and open the jackfruit. This is going to be fun. I think I need to open the jackfruit because I think it might go bad soon or something, because there's some soft spots, and then I put it outside and it's hot outside. So maybe I should just go ahead and try to cut that open soon. We'll see. All right. So here we are with the first fruit. And this is actually, it had frozen custard apple on the bag, but this is actually a star apple. I think the other thing that I have that I don't know if I'm going to try it today or not, that green like lumpy one that was fresh, I think that is called a custard apple typically. But yeah, so this one is from frozen, so it's not going to be, you know, the same as getting one fresh. I did not see any of these fresh anywhere. It almost smells like apple, not fermented apple, but like apple juice that's kind of been sitting for a little bit. So let's see what it looks like on the inside. I'm actually, oh no, this is a janky one. I'm gonna get a different knife. I didn't want the one with the jagged edges. So now I'm gonna cut it and see what it's like. One thing I realized about fruit, at least to me, is that it tastes completely different after it's been frozen. The texture is completely different. Like this is actually kind of mushy now, as you can tell, but this is really the best we could do, so we'll see. Okay, so that's the inside. I know some of them are like very purple. This one has a little bit of purple, like you could barely see it on the edges here. But yeah, so like I don't know if this is a different variety or maybe at just a different stage of the ripeness. Ooh, wow, look at these seeds. Oh, it's such a pretty seed. Just like some seeds. And they're usually called star apples because when you cut them, at least when they're fresh, and again, it might be a different variety, but it has kind of like the star. Almost like when you cut an apple and you see the seeds kind of like in that star shape. It's the same thing. So I'm just gonna scoop a piece out and see what it tastes like. Oh my gosh, it's actually hard to get the flesh out. I'm trying to get a good bite. There we go. It tastes almost like a hybrid between an apple and a pear. But really, really watered down. Again, like frozen fruit is going to taste completely different from fresh fruit. So unfortunately, I'm not exactly like sold that this is really what it tastes like. I think this fruit tastes typically a bit sweeter. And it's hard to say for the texture because of course it being frozen changes the texture. Anytime fruit is frozen and it's unthawed, it's always like mushy. But yeah, I would say this is closer in flavor to, oh my little doggies. Lacey, you good? Are you okay? Okay. But I would say definitely this flavor is closer to a pear. But more watery, less sweet. Yeah, not as satisfying. I definitely would have to try this fresh if I would ever be able to get my hands on one. Yeah. Alrighty, this actually makes me curious to taste the other one. I actually want to taste what the custard apple tastes like. So we'll do that one next. Alrighty, so this bad boy here is a Cherimoya, and this is, I think, what is typically thought of when you say custard apple. But it is called a Cherimoya. I know that. So let's go ahead and cut this one. This one I know you just cut in half, and I think you just, oh, it's firm. You take the seeds out. There is a purple version of it. I don't know how similar they taste, but I know the purple version is supposed to be super sweet, and this is a fresh, ripe one. So hopefully, there we go. That's the inside of it. Hopefully it, you know, tastes really good and sweet. It smells almost like, it smells like, this one smells sweet or what? I thought I smelled, this one side smells sweeter to me. I don't know. I'm totally making that up. There's no way. It smells very earthy, very fresh, like green. Like not like when you cut a stick or tree bark or something and it's not dried out, but it's still like fresh and green on the inside with a slight hint of some type of fibrous fruit. So like apple-y, but not really. But yeah. So for these, you don't eat the seeds. Oops. You don't eat the seeds, but let's see what they look like. Maybe I should use my spoon for this. Oh, I love seeds. I feel like we should keep seeds and try to grow plants like these. I don't know where all these can grow. I don't know if they could grow in Arizona, but I think whenever we eat fruit that we should consider planting the seeds if we're in a climate that grows them. And even if not, you might as well try because it's all trying to be thrown away. But let's see what it tastes like. Wow. So the texture, that's really good actually. So the texture is like, it's like I was thinking it was going to be kind of apple pear-like, But then when I chew it, it's like apple pear-like, but with a creaminess to it. Like there's something creamy about it. And it's almost like a mango aftertaste. Maybe that's kind of the texture. Like when you have a perfectly ripe mango. Close, not as slimy. So a perfectly ripe mango has a little bit of a slime to it. This is like perfectly ripe mango aftertaste a little bit. But the texture is kind of like if it was just slightly less ripe than perfectly ripe. I actually like my mango perfectly ripe, and I like them when they're underripe, because I can use them for more different things. When they're underripe, you know, I put them in salads, and I actually like them in fruit bowls when they're underripe because mango is just a lot of sugar. So if I just want to enjoy the taste of mango itself, then I'll get like a perfectly ripe mango. But if I just want to add a little bit of mango flavor to maybe some fruit that I'm already eating, then I like underripe. Or if I'm going to do a salsa or something like that, slightly underripe. But this is actually really good. So yeah, I think I'm going to take a few more bites of this. I don't know how I'm supposed to be eating it. I'm literally like spooning little bites out. I think this one, you might actually be able to eat the skin. I'm not sure. One thing I noticed is that the skin is very, very soft. So you see this here? I was actually pulling apart some of the skin just by rubbing it, you see? So it's a very fragile fruit. So yeah, but I don't know if you can eat the skin or not. But I'm gonna check that out. Actually, let me check that out. But yeah, so don't crush them because they can be a natural insecticide and you don't want that near you. Wow. That's good to know. Oh my gosh. And don't let them touch your eyes. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading WebMD before I like freak out. But yeah, this one I would definitely rate really well. Star apples, you know, I don't want to give them a bad rap because I literally bought a frozen fruit, which is not the same. So I don't want to give them a bad rap. So I'm not able to rate those very well. This one I would say it's very good. If you have an opportunity to try it and you like apples, you like pear, you like mango, I would say go for it because it's pretty good. But yeah, so this is Cherimoya. Yummy. And also this stem here, oh, it came right out. Oh my gosh. And the other side too has one. So maybe that's like prettier. But yeah, yummy. Okay, the moment of truth. The jackfruit. This thing is huge. And it's, I mean, this has to be like 20 pounds. Okay, maybe 10. It's definitely not less than 10 pounds. So yeah, it has a very strong smell. It's not like a bad smell, but it's enough to maybe catch you off guard, I think. You know what? I think I may need a back. And I'm using a small cutting board to do this. So, oh my gosh, you can't even see it. Anyways. Let's shut it back up even more. Oh my God. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do, because I think this is pretty white, because it has some pretty soft areas on it, but the first thing I'm doing is kind of cutting the top part off. I want to take a look at it. Oh my gosh, I feel like so wild right now. Oh my gosh, okay. So, will I even be able to pull this out? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna be able to just pull the top off, but that's okay. I'm gonna cut it down sideways and try not to go too deep. And it smells even more fragrant. I don't know how to explain it. Again, it's not bad. It's not a bad smell. And it doesn't smell fermented, but it's just it's almost like a funky fruity smell, but not in a bad way. But I guess it depends on your palate, because even one thing I noticed with my fragrances is there are some fragrances that I actually do kind of like, because I do like a musky, like funky, stinky type smell sometimes, but it has to be done well. So like I don't mind this, but I'm just wondering if other people would. But anyway, we're gonna literally try to pull it open. Oh wow. So, oh wow, it's sticky. I don't know if you guys can see this. So I was actually watching a video of somebody saying how to like cut the jackfruit or open it, and they said to use oil, and now I see, wow, that is super sticky. So I'm actually going to, I guess, try to cut a little bit deeper. I don't know, because wow, that's so sticky. I don't want to like hurt the fruit too much, but most of this is not going to be fruit. Like even most of what I'm pushing at right now or pulling it is not fruit. Okay, oh my god, delts and arms. Oh my god, this is like, guys, I feel like you definitely think that this is like a skinny man, but like a man's hand. Look, you see, let's relax. Anyway, oh, that even look, okay, you know what, I'm just not gonna, we're gonna anyway. So you can actually, oh my god, I want to show you guys, but I'm like, also my hand's disgusting, and I don't know if I'm gonna get the phone back in the right place, but in here, ugh, I don't know if you guys can see, because I can't even see, but I can see the fruit. Okay, stay. There you go, that's close enough for you. Let's see, can I get back to the, okay, close enough. I'll fix the camera again once we are finished. Ah, oh, this is hard. This is really hard. Okay, so I have no idea how to get into this fruit. I do see the seeds that were in the way of me cutting it. I think I need a bigger knife than this, so I'm gonna get one. I think the butcher's knife is in here. Oh no, it's fruit. Okay, so, oh my god, this stuff is sticky. And it's like waterproof. Oh wow, I have to wash my hands with soap. And there's still like a residue there. Wow. Holy crap. That's insane. I wonder if I should oil my hands now. But oh my gosh, my hands are literally sticky. Oh wow. And that's after soap. Oh my gosh. Oh. I really wonder, I don't know where jackfruit is from. Probably Southeast Asia is what I'm guessing. Just because of the way it looks and kind of like the flavor profile, but I don't know. Big guess. I'm gonna be like destroying the seeds. Because there's literally seeds like right here where I'm cutting into. Like I can see the fruit really well. Oh, here's some of the fruit. Let's just try that one. Sweet. It tastes kind of, see, this is a part of a seed kind of, I think. Yeah. And tastes like melon, kind of like not any particular melon that we already have, but it tastes like it's in the melon family. All right, can I pull it from here? Oh god, this thing is like, wow. See, if I do this, I'm gonna have to move you guys again, but I'm really trying to get in here. So you see all the seeds? I was kind of trying to cut through those, but it's a little hard. Oh wait. Oh my god, look at the seed. Wow, that's so pretty. You see the stickiness? Wow. And this thing has a lot of seeds in it too. But honestly, this still produces a really good amount of fruit, it seems. I'm just gonna get all these seeds that are kind of just like in the way of me cutting. Let's see if I can make sure I have an actual cutting board. See, I feel like I should have just cut it all the way through from the beginning instead of trying to rip it apart. Oh wow. Okay, there it goes. I feel like, oh yeah. Maybe I should have done it this way the whole time. Now we are getting somewhere, and it's like, wow, this is really cool. This almost feels like a spider web mixed with like cartilage in here. This, where is it? You guys, you can see that? That's really just gnarly. And yes, I used the word gnarly. Okay. Ah, look at me bruise, little baby bruise. I'm interested to see what that would look like in the actual fruit. Because the thing about the jackfruit is, it wasn't dropped or anything, but it's so heavy. This thing is literally so heavy that it just sitting on one side overnight gave it a bruise. So I'm gonna actually peel off some more fruit. Wow. So at the top, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like lighter, and here the fruit gets darker, and I think it's because this part is actually more ripe. So this piece that I just tasted from the top up here is like way brighter, and it still has that melony taste to it, but it's like a little bit tangier. Like it would be like the difference between a perfectly ripe mango and a slightly underripe mango. It doesn't taste like that, but that difference in like a slightly underripe mango is a little bit tart, but still in a really, really sweet way. That's what it tastes like here, versus if I take one more from the bottom or the like kind of middle piece here. Much sweeter. I mean, they're both sweet. Like, this tastes like it has sugar in it. I really like this fruit. Wow. It's so good. So what's cool too about a jackfruit is that when it's underripe, you can essentially eat it as a vegetable, and that's what they call it, raw. So you eat it as a vegetable, and you could use it as a meat substitute too, because when it's underripe, it's pretty thick and sturdy, and so you can actually like cut it and fillet it like a piece of meat essentially. But then when it's ripe, you have this beautiful, fruity, sweet, melon-like flavor. So yeah, really cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and fully crack it open. Like, look at these seeds. These seeds are huge. Oh, that's so awesome. So yeah, so I want you guys to see this, but it's like, so I'm gonna try to wash my hands properly this time. And oh, there's something there. Just because I want to be able to hold my phone, I'm literally gonna use the dish sponge to try to clean my hands because that's how sticky this is. Oh my gosh, it's literally like not working. That is insane. Okay, so I would recommend. I didn't try the oil trick, clearly, but I would recommend that you either try that or maybe use gloves when you're making the fruit or when you're cutting the fruit. Only because I mean this is so sticky. This is like truly adhesive. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this off of my fingers with soap and water. I think I'm going to have to use oil to get it off. So it would probably just make sense to go ahead and oil your fingers from the beginning or wear gloves. But I'm still gonna grab my phone anyway and just show you guys. So I want you to see this right now. So yeah, so like those husks that I was kind of looking at earlier, what's cool is if you lift these up, because you don't eat these. I don't know what you can do with this part, but you don't eat that. But I just want to show you what it looks like when you take a whole, essentially what would be like a slice of the fruit out. Kind of like when you're eating an orange or something like that, and you just have a little slice. Oh, actually, I don't know if I'll be able to get one out without, see, this one already ripped in half here. But you can tell it's like a little bulb, kind of. Clean that off. Boop, boop. Little seed. Oh my gosh, upside down. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is gonna take forever. But yeah, jackfruit. Highly recommend. I'm sorry if I'm making mouth noises. Apparently that's a thing and some people like it. I don't really know. But yeah, this is definitely on the try list. Get this. Oh, while I'm standing here. I also got guava, little guava, because I used to love these from the tree. Random fun fact, if you get these like out in the wild, they almost always have fly maggots in them. It's just part of the cycle. And you literally just eat these with the maggots in them. You can have a big guava too, a big guava fruit. You know what? I just realized this is so random, but that star apple / Cherimoya, I wonder if it's called guayabana, something. It's something that I'm thinking of, a fruit that I used to really like that I just realized looks similar in the inside. But anyway, so these always used to have maggots in them, and we would just eat them and they'd be crawling around, and they're like little teeny worms though, not like big ones. These are literally like fruit flies, like they're small. But yeah, and I got this type of mango that I have to look it up, but I think it's a Vietnamese because I don't speak Vietnamese nor read it, but I think this, if you could see it, I'm trying to focus. I don't know if you could see it, but this looks like Vietnamese writing to me. Oh my God, it literally says Vietnam right there. I didn't see that. It says Vietnam on here. But yeah, I think it's a Vietnamese mango. So that's cool. So yeah, so I hope that fruit is good. I will update you with the rest of the fruit adventures, but for now, I'm going to try to figure out how to harvest the rest of the fruit from this jackfruit. So I almost got a whole piece while I was working on it here. I did cut the little edge off, but as you can see, this is like a full piece of the pulp of the actual like meat of the fruit, and it's like the size of my cheek. And this does have a seed in it that I'll try to birth. Oh, wow. So yeah, so this is the fruit. I mean, that's a good size right there. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that too. Whew, so I harvested half. It's funny how this thing is now. I harvested half of the fruit. About halfway through, I actually started doing a really good job at getting like whole pieces. As you can see, there's a lot of whole pieces in here, and this is actually pretty heavy. Excuse me. So anyway, I just do not know how to describe. Why is that open? Oh, I do not know how to describe this scent. It's almost like funky melon, but not funky in a bad way. I don't want to say that and people are like, oh my God, it's not strong funk. It's just something like melon with a little, like a little, But yeah, so I do not know what I'm going to do with this other half of the jackfruit. I do not have the energy to break it down, and I cannot emphasize to you guys how sticky this fruit is. I literally, to get the fruit off my hands, I had to wash my hands with avocado oil. I had to scrub and scratch it off of my hands. And then even while they're still oiled, like it's still sticking. I just felt something stick because I didn't get it good enough. But then I had to take a paper towel and like with oil and scrub it off some more and then wash my hands. So anything that you get it on, like, oh my God, I just got on my elbow from my knife. It is like glue. So I would highly recommend oiling your hands or wearing gloves, probably oiling your hands, honestly. Like, of course you can get gloves that, are not powdered, like powder-free nitrile gloves or something, but I would just recommend for the experience, just like oil your hands and like get dirty, get in there. But yeah, here is the little jackfruit meat. It's so cool. I'm gonna see if I can find any recipes with this. And I can't fit this big jackfruit, even though it's only half of it. I can't fit it in the fridge. I don't know if I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces or leave it like this, but I will figure that out another time. Right now, I'm gonna clean up all this sticky mess everywhere and just enjoy the rest of the fruit. My mom would literally love to compost this. She would probably kill to compost this. I wish I could send this to her. Oh my God, it's dripping. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, I would love to send this to my mom. She would definitely use it for compost. I'm so proud. So the fragrance of the day is actually another combo, but it's not two perfumes. It's actually a perfume and a body spray. So the perfume is Scandal. It's just the original. And I had actually started pairing it with Pear Glacis. Yeah, Pear Glacis from Victoria's Secret, just an OG body spray. I don't know how this one has changed over time. They changed their formulas to their body sprays so often, but I think this is like the classic smell that it's always had. But the reason why I thought to do this actually is because I really, really love the Scandal line. The only one that I haven't smelled is So Scandal, but I think I would like it because I really, really do love tuberose. But I have Scandal at night. I should say Scandal. Let me just say Scandal. I'm sorry, you guys are having to bear with that. I have Scandal at night as well. So I had gotten Scandal Au Paris, which is like supposed to be the EDT version, lighter, and it had a note of pear. And I really, really, really like pear in fragrances. But I like Labelle, but I really like a fresh pear, not so much a like caramelized, proper gourmand pear, like a sweet gourmand pear. I like a fresh, crisp kind of pear. So I got Scandal Au Paris because I thought it was going to be like great and just perfect to take such a like kind of like a sexy, but also in a weird way heavy and light at the same time fragrance, and then just add like a bit of like crispy fresh pear. I thought that was going to be like easy, a stunner, winner. But what's so weird is Scandal Au Paris, when I put it on my skin, it turns, like after about 20 minutes, if even, it turns into something that smells to me almost like stomach acid, like when somebody like eats a burger and then they burp and kind of try to like, burp away from you, but you kind of catch it a little bit. That kept happening on my skin, and I tried it over and over and over and over, and that kept happening, which I don't think I've ever had a fragrance that like turns on my skin. I've had one fragrance that I can think of that didn't last, but I also, they reformulated that into an EDT, but yeah, like that fragrance didn't last, but Scandal Au Paris is the only one that literally just turns so like rancid on my skin. I do not understand, so I'm actually still trying to sell that one now, but I don't have any of my fragrances with me that I'm selling, unfortunately. But yeah, so I basically mix these two to try to get some type of the same vibe and just add a little bit of pear to it. And I actually quite like the combination. The only thing is, of course, the body spray doesn't last, whereas Scandal will last all day pretty much. But the body spray scent is eventually gonna fade, but I don't mind because I love the perfume by itself as well. So yeah, fragrance of the day, we have a mix again.